What is usually called love is really just an emotion, kind of animal instinct, usually a mating instinct of the human animal. This is not what genuine love in the spiritual sense is. When the New Testament of the Bible declares that God is love, it is not declaring that God is an emotion. Love in the highest sense is not an emotion. Love in the highest sense is, in a word, acceptance. To the extent that one accepts something or somebody, to that same extent one is dissolving the distinction between self and other. It is opening a door in Pink Floyd's Wall, and if one perfects love in the spiritual sense, then one no longer makes any distinction between self and other, and Pink Floyd's Wall has been completely torn down. Love in the coarser, worldly sense does contain an element or spark of divine love, though. Even crude animal instincts contain some genuine love. Even a mother hen loving her chicks in a very animalistic way still contains within her a spark of divinity. So any sincere love is good, not in the emotional, passionate, attached sense, but in the sense of open-hearted acceptance. Even love of money, or love of one's golf clubs, love of one's favorite gun, or love of heroin, even love of the devil is better for the heart than no love whatsoever. A life without love is a life without a spark of divinity. And since love is acceptance, its opposite, hate, is rejection, aversion, reinforcing the wall that keeps one's heart separate from the rest of the world. To be totally without love, one would be totally closed off, and possibly in hell.
I think we're going to have a little bit of a disagreement on this one. In my view, romantic love and spiritual love don't really mix. I think you can basically get a lot of your needs met as an individual. I think you can have a lot of comfort, a lot of safety, but it's all contingent still upon this external person and the relationship you have. Almost everything can be used to growth, whether it's breaking up or being together. And in that sense, I guess you could say, okay, spiritual love is a vehicle, but I think this idea, say, of like soulmates, of two people needing each other in order to try to transcend to a higher level, and if you don't meet that person or you don't have that type of relationship, somehow you can't progress spiritually, or it's contingent on that, just never really sat with me. And with that said, I think that when you start getting into romantic love, you have to also get into archetypes about what masculine really means and feminine really means, and then embodying that in a way that the polarities work between you and, you know, having a healthy, beneficial relationship. And I think that's wonderful. I'm not putting that down, and I strive for that myself, trying to find someone. I'm single, so working on that. And with that said, I don't think it has anything to do with spirituality per se. A lot of times, because lust is so intrinsic and sexuality is so intrinsic to who we are and what we are, I think there's a very strong desire to want to have them overlap. That if I just met that right person, or figured out that part of your life, that somehow you would spiritually evolve better or faster. I mean, you can still be stronger. I think emotionally, definitely there's benefits, but spiritually, I think because it is a internal subjective journey of becoming free from the external world, you there's no real thing as spiritual romantic love per se. Yeah.
Can romantic love be a spiritual vehicle? Absolutely, I believe it can. I feel that monastic life and retreating from the world can be useful for the seeker up to a point, but I feel there must be a return to the world for most of us in order to put our progress to the test, and I believe that romantic love is one of the best means for us to test our spirituality and how much we have grown. And aside from the direct feelings of love that we have for our partner, which obviously is fundamental, I feel that romantic love can extend beyond the other person. Often when I've fallen in love, my whole being's uplifted to the point where I have this pouring out of love that extends to other aspects of my life. So I start to feel a deeper sense of love for other people, whether it be family, friends, strangers, even animals and nature. But I know this is not always the case. In fact, most people are not in love at all, and they are mistaking more superficial feelings for love. Many people get into relationships in order to fill a void or from a sense of lack. But even in these cases, your partner can teach you many fundamental lessons and really dig down until you're closer to your true nature, which I believe is love. And they do this by testing us as our conditioning and habits clash with theirs. We need to adjust our ways in order to accommodate the other. And Ram Dass said that the ultimate test of how spiritual you are is to spend time with your family. And I do feel this is true, as you can hold your peace in isolation, but once you're back in the world, you are tested truly by other people who can trigger you in all sorts of ways. And I feel that romantic love can be a spiritual vehicle to teach us lessons and to bring out our true nature.